In this way, we find the diverse types of sources can generate multiple type of information which can be collated together and therefore can give a very complex image. In this way, we can also illustrate how in the last 2 decades, the profusion of inscriptions in South India, there are tens of thousands of inscriptions in South India, either on copper plate charters or inscribed on the walls of the temples, that speaks of the transfer of revenue from certain villages to a big temple, usually instituted and constructed at the patronage of a great Cholo ruler. Now, what is the importance? Since there is a plethora of such data, this epigraphic information could be fed to computer, and what is something very rare in early Indian history, some amount of statistical data regarding land settlement, regarding boundary demarcations of villages, the importance of local self bodies vis-a-vis officers of the central or the apex political authority, how they act and interact, these have come out. And this kind of efforts have been undertaken by Y. Subbarayalu, by Toro Matsui, by Noburo Karashima, and there is an international collaboration among epigraphists, among social historians, among political historians and economic historians to give a multifaceted understanding of the political institutions. Very interestingly, in the Chola realm, if we see very powerful monarchs figuring in inscriptions, figuring in Tamil literary texts, like the Kalingatupparani of Jayangondar eulogizing the great career of Kulotunga Chola I. There were also in the inscriptions regular mention of elected bodies at rural level. The Ur in the non-Brahmana villages and the Sabha in Brahmana villages. And inscriptions give details of how these popular bodies functioned even when there were very powerful monarchical authorities at the apex level. In fact, this is a very peculiar combination which is not directly known from prescriptive sources, but it comes to our light through the descriptive sources like inscriptions. After all, from the sources or the study of the sources, as I said before, one generally cannot have a single conclusive closed assessment of the situation. The situation is always changing from one period to another, and it is also changing in terms of the changing perspective of the historian.